As much as I love visiting Orlando and going to the parks, sometimes the heat is just too much. Well, between the heat and the afternoon thunderstorms. So I often look for other activities to entertain my family that are located inside. So pretty much I'm on the hunt for air conditioning. One place that I love to visit is the Orlando Science Center, located near downtown Orlando, because it's so interactive and you can pretty much spend the whole day there as there's so much to see and do. So in this video, I'm going to show you some of the cool exhibits that are available there. Now, when you first enter the museum, you will go to the admissions desk and either pay or use your membership pass if you have one. From there, they'll give you a wristband and proof of payment and a map of the venue. At the time of filming this, the price for adults is $24 and children aged 2 to 18 is $18. One of the things I love about this science center is that they constantly change out their exhibits, so you can go multiple times and not see the same thing over and over again. So we've gone before and they had an exhibit all about the human body, but this time that we went, we saw an exhibit all about dogs. Now, at the time of filming this is what they had, but it's likely to change. So when you go, you may see something else. But when we went, it was very interactive, and I'm sure your experience would be as well. We dug for dog fossils. My kids looked at how dogs are trained. One of the fun things that they really enjoyed was this kind of racetrack where they could run and see what dog they were as fast as or faster than. That was really popular. I think this was probably my kids' favorite thing because they wanted to beat their time, so it was kind of like a challenge. So yeah, we visited this exhibit multiple times throughout the day. We then moved on to a more permanent exhibit, which is called Our Planet. Now, Our Planet looks at the Earth and its surrounding planets, which is great for space enthusiasts like my son. So we looked at things that happen on our Earth, our planet, like earthquakes and hurricanes, volcanoes, weather patterns. A lot of the exhibits covered these kinds of things. And then they also went to outer space. We looked at Mars and the research that's happening on Mars with the rover. My son was like in heaven learning about all of this. The exhibits are very interactive. There were some where you could make your own paper airplane and then test it. My kids also enjoyed getting inside of the hurricane simulator where they got to experience what the strong winds would be like for a major hurricane. They also liked being a weatherman. That was a lot of fun. You could stand with a green screen and read off a teleprompter different weather scenarios, and they would see themselves on the television. That was a really good practice experience for them. They also liked building a house out of these blocks and seeing how the house would withstand an earthquake and different strengths of an earthquake. So it's a lot for the kids to do here. It's very hands-on and it really makes learning fun, which as a former teacher, I really enjoyed. They also do live shows throughout the day. There's a schedule on the map that they hand out. Usually it's every half hour or hour, whether it's in the theater or on a stage. We got to sit in on one where they did several little science experiments, and it was great. It was very interactive. They called children from out of the audience to participate, and so I would definitely recommend you sitting in on one of these. You cannot forget to check out Dino Digs, which is an exhibit for all of the dinosaur lovers. There are replica dinosaur skeletons and bones. There's an area where kids can go in and dig for fossils. I know this is really popular among the young ones, so toddlers can sit there for hours if they wished and kind of just uncover the different replica fossils. My daughter loves dinosaurs. It's interesting how she can pronounce these crazy names, but she can. And so she loved going through and recognizing some of her favorites. So if you have a dino lover on your hands, make sure to check it out. I cannot forget about Kids Town, which is a great space for children. There's tons to do here for all ages. What I really like is that they have special spaces dedicated for toddlers. So I remember how it was to have young kids and feel like things are not appropriate for them when we went out on adventures like this. But this museum has dedicated baby spaces, toddler spaces, and then a space for the older kids. So they have this huge climbing frame where you have tunnels and obstacle kind of balance toys inside of the climbing frame. You really have to keep an eye on your kids because it's kind of like Chuck E. Cheese. Your kid might get lost. So keep an eye on your kids. But yeah, my children enjoyed this. They have a waterworks area where they can build different tunnels with the water and see how when water pools up, once it's released, that pressure can be quite damaging and then overflow and cause flooding. So even though it's fun to splash in the water, your kids might get wet, so bring a change of clothes. There's also a theater. My daughter loved this, where they could go in and have a little dance party. They had lights, they had music. They could put on a show for the parents if they wanted to, or they could just dance. And so Kids Town is definitely where it's at. We did this last because we knew our kids would not want to leave. One last section to mention is the Orange Grove, which is a part of the museum that focuses on food production. So children can see how food is taken from the farm and put in a grocery store, and eventually it ends up on their plate. They can pretend to be a farmer or working at the grocery store, which is a lot of fun for them to do. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that it was helpful, and if you're ever in the Orlando area, be sure to check out the Orlando Science Center. You're bound to find something that you enjoy there, and I hope that all is well. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.